NKCH Lookmaxer here. Today I did two things that I believe are helping me, like not evolve as a person, grow as a person. It's called. I did two things of note today that I'm proud of. For starters, I baked some cookies because one of my teachers, I'm not going to have her anymore because that course is finished now. And I like this teacher because she was super nice and super good. She was like the ideal teacher, you know. She's chill, she's strict when you need her to be strict. She's fair when correcting your test. She gives you the information you need to learn. Because I feel like in a lot of subjects, to get an A, you need to know shit they haven't even taught you. And how I know that is because I have gotten A's. And I only got A's because I knew shit they didn't even teach. Uh, because when I only studied, or I never study, I only listen to the things they say under the lesson. After just doing that, not reading in the books, that could be a part of it. I only got a B. So that could be a part of why. But I just liked her as a teacher, at least more than others. And the second good thing, or maybe it's more subjective, I spoke to a girl today. I spoke to several girls today. Some I already knew, I was familiar with, uh, and I spoke to one new girl today at the bus station because I was waiting on the bus, and I was reminded of how I had approached another girl. This was not a long time ago, several months ago at least. It was my neighbor, and I approached her and said hello, and we started talking because I had nothing better to do, and I thought to myself, uh, I have been neighbors with this kid since like okay, for I've been neighbors with this kid since I've been neighbors with this kid for 15 years. 15 years, and we've never said a word to each other. That is impressive in of itself. So I went up to her and asked her a couple of questions. I said like, "You and I are neighbors, right?" And she was like, "Oh yeah." And then we started talking. It was nice, quite nice talking to her. And I don't know if you could say I fell in love with her. I started liking her real much because I thought to myself, God damn, she is the perfect girl because she wasn't promiscuous. She wasn't, you know, mean or stupid or she wasn't like a void. She was in my eyes perfect. She was cute, she was pretty, she was modest, she was smart, she was in a way submissive, but also like could wasn't like just submissive. She was like a good partner, a potential partner, but you know, and then I got her Snapchat and I asked her. I think that my mistake here was I asked too fast. This was like within the first week of talking. I asked her, "Do you want to go to dinner with me?" And she said yes. And the day came. I was super excited, and she didn't stood me up, but she canceled because she said she was too busy. So I already knew if she wasn't too busy, she just didn't want to. Because I asked her several times later, and she said, "I'm busy, I'm busy, I'm busy." You get what I mean. And this and another time when I was gonna go on a date with a girl, that time she stood me up, but this was like a half a year ago, and I hate that bitch for it. Because she led me on like a motherfucker. She was like, I've found out she liked black guys, and I don't know why, but we had like you know uh, made a set a date for a date. That rhymes, kind of, I don't know. And we were gonna go on the date, but she didn't show up. So yeah, I asked her, and she had blocked me. So I asked her friend, or I didn't ask her friend. Her friend just told me she didn't want to, and I was kind of mad because come on, can you at least give me a like courtesy of saying the date is off? Why you gotta stand me up like that? What the fuck, bro? Anyway, this girl I was talking to today, it was a very short conversation because you know, talking to girls, I think I underestimate how difficult it is in my mind because I am like just go up to her and start talking. But before I do it, every time I start, shaking. I like literally my legs are get weak. I start, in like in that cartoon, I might shiver me timbers, because I get so stressed or like scared. I'm like, ah, yeah, I just feel it's gonna go bad or something's gonna go wrong, and I can't. I just don't want to deal with like rejection because they're never good at rejecting you. They're so mean when they reject you. But this time I started talking with this girl. I was like, "Excuse me, do you go here?" I just started up a conversation. But the thing is, it took me like 15 minutes because, or 20. I saw her, thought she was cute, she was beautiful, and was like, I want to talk to her because the bus isn't here for like a half an hour. What the fuck am I gonna do in the meantime? But I was a little pussy and didn't talk to her for 20 minutes. And after like 20 minutes, I was like, oh my fucking god. My life it's literally like the Chud meme says. Nothing ever happens. I'm gonna make something fucking happen. So I stand up, and then I stand there for 5 minutes, just awkwardly looking at her sometimes, because I was too scared to fucking talk to her. I was like, oh my fucking god, shivering me fucking timbers. And then, but then after 5 minutes, I was like, fucking motherfucker, just and I went up to her and I said, excuse me, and then we started talking. We started talking about where she went to school, where she lived. That sounds weird because she was gonna take a bus, and she lived in a village near mine, and was like, oh, that makes sense. But as the conversation was getting to a more personal level, I was gonna learn more about her as a person, because I managed to get her to laugh a little, because when we were talking about school culture, because I guessed, or I didn't guess, but I told her, do you know this person from this school, because you have the same fashion, and we talked about school fashion, and I made a joke and she laughed. But then her bus came, and she was like, here's my bus, and I was like, okay, take care. Ah, god damn it, motherfucker. It could have been half an hour of a good conversation if I just had the balls to talk to her. Or maybe not. She would have maybe just said, okay, that's enough, I don't want to talk to you. But that would have at least be something. Because on my old account, there were a lot of people supportive and told me, just talk to people. You need to talk to people to earn experience. And that's what I'm doing right now. And then, when I was on the bus, my bus, which came like 15 minutes later, I was fucking waiting for almost an hour for my goddamn bus. I don't know, man. I saw this other girl. She was beautiful. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I'm hyperboling right now, or because I'm biased because I thought she was so beautiful. She was like, I was thinking about it. Like, if I had started dating her, she would be not my look match. She would be like a tier above my look match. As I said before, I believe I'm HMTN or 2HTN, or MTN on my worst days. But on my best, I'm almost HTN. Maybe I'm just gonna say I'm HTN. It's my video. I'll say what I want to say. And so I thought to myself, she is a whole nother tier like me. She is not my look match. She is like a tier above. So or two, three tiers above. So if I'm a MTN, she's not HTB. She's Stacy Light something. Like at worst she's high tier Becky, but at best she's Stacy Light. I thought she was really beautiful, and because I saw her front profile, and oh my god, it was like a model. She had cheekbones, symmetrical face, extremely good skin quality. She was beautiful, hair perfect, everything. And then I saw her side profile. Oh my god, the nose wasn't crooked, it was symmetrical, it was blah 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 blah. She had good eyes, she had good like, or for a girl, she had a good eye bridge. So it was kind of masculine for a girl, but I mean, that is kind of what a lot of female models are, kind of. Or I mean, like they have a bone mass, which I often associate with being masculine. And I was like, I want to talk to her too. But she was with her friend, and her friend was sitting, in between us. And I didn't talk to her because I didn't want to risk it. And yeah, I didn't want to risk it. And if maybe I'm gonna talk to her if I see her alone. But then the first thing I also want to ask is how old she is, because I believe she went to my old school, but I can't remember if she was a '09 or '08, and I'm a '07. So even if she is a '09, it's okay to date her, but I don't know, I don't have good experience with dating younger girls, so I'm gonna try to avoid that. But as I said before, experience. Come on now. And this was just a short fun video to make. You know, daily upload. I might do fucking several daily uploads if I feel like it, because this has become my new passion. Ever since I blew up on that one account, I'm getting hopeful, and since that account is now gone because it's banned and I haven't heard from TikTok in fucking 3 days, I have given up hope on that, and I'm just focusing on trying to rebuild this one, or build it up. And that, I have been told, you have to post, 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 and you have to like find your audience. Would have been goddamn so much easier if I had my old account. I already had fucking 1,000 loyal fans because I only got like hundreds of messages. Okay, I'm fucking no, I'm dragging it. I didn't get hundreds of messages. I got like dozens, maybe shy of 100 something. I got like 5 messages every hour or something. That is kind of a little above 100. I don't know. I can't remember. But I got hundreds of comments at least. And I got thousands of likes. And hundreds of thousands of views. So holy shit, that was my prime. And god damn it, look at me now. I can barely scrape up a 1,000 views. I can barely scrape up a couple dozens of likes. Yeah, like, oh my goodness gracious. But I expected this. The start is gonna be rough as shit. And some loyal fans are actually still following me. Hi guys. They found my account and started following again. So hope maybe other people recognize me and start following. Until then, take care.